I'm Sarah, the Real Simple Mama. No, you guys go play.
Oh, yeah.
And this is 5 birds. We're gonna get a bag of frozen blueberries. Come on, Tiki. Because we are celebrating that we are moving and I get to take my chickens. Oh my God! So excited. I know, it's all messy. It's all messy. Come on, girls. Tick, 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 tick. I know this looks kind of like, I don't know, raw flesh or something, but I swear it's blueberries. So if you have missed the saga up until this point, I live in the San Antonio area. We're just in a normal neighborhood. And look at these cute little fluff butts. And I've had chickens for almost exactly 2 years. And I'm really only supposed to have 3, but I have 5. And we found out recently, there's a video called Change in the Wind here on my channel if you'd like to hear the super interesting details. But basically we decided very quickly and very suddenly that we were going to move because of some changes that were happening here in our school district. And we're just gonna go live in the school district where I have taught and where my husband teaches. So in the San Antonio area. And we had problems with this house, so we actually just sold it to an investor just to get out of here fast. We don't have to fix anything, we don't have to clean anything, we're just leaving. But of course, I own this home and I have my chickens, and finding a rental, especially in an area like San Antonio where rentals go for way more than the same kind of house if you're on a mortgage, and there's lots of military and lots of people have to move in really quickly. I was feeling very, very hopeless about being able to bring my birds. And so I implied in that last video, I was afraid that I was gonna have to sell my girls, and I didn't want to have that mentality. I love them very much, but we're doing what we have to do for our children and for their education, which we always decided, that was gonna be, one of the main priorities of our family. So I know I've talked to some of you, Rich and Dean and Nikki and a couple of others of you guys. And so what happened is here in Texas we have option period. And so our option period ended on, today's Monday, our option period ended on Sunday. But it was like, we're literally moving in less than a week and we don't know where we're gonna go. So we had to go look for rentals this past weekend, and it was crazy, and I didn't have a realtor to help me, and it was just insane. And we didn't get a house a few weeks ago that we had wanted. Hey, cuidado. No aquí, por favor. Take it over there. We packed up most of my kids' toys, so now it's like we're being insane. So, long story short, too late, I apologize. We went and found this one rental that didn't look that great, like in the photos. Like the photos just weren't taken very well. But the yard looked really, really cool. It looked like there were garden boxes, and it had everything that we needed, and we're just renting, so we're kind of like, well, we can lower our standards because we're not buying it, whatever. And we go to see this house. Guys, it has it has a chicken coop built in. Like, there is a huge walk-in chicken coop that's the size of like this entire space, with nesting boxes built in and like levels of roosts and like this huge zone, and I like flipped out, and I was like, all right, who do I have to fight to get this place? Because this is just destiny. What, Blue? Girl, are you celebrating? I know, you can't wait to see your new place. Did you hear that? That was crazy. What's up, Bluebird? Pretty girl. She probably saw my kids throwing something and was like, predator alert. So anyway, I have to, I don't think the coop has been used for a while, so I am going to, and my husband was like, you can do a video on this and a video on this, and I was like, babe, I'm way ahead of you. I have a list of all the videos I've got to do now. So what's crazy is today is Monday and we're moving on Friday. So I will do a separate video that's moving with chickens. I've got to clip their wings, so we're just going to clip them when we move them. About how to clean up an old coop, like if you move into a different space or you get a new coop, like how to disinfect it and things to think about, concerns, things to be aware of. But this new coop is gorgeous, and we're outside of San Antonio right now. We're in like a separate little town, but we're going to be in the city of San Antonio, and the city of San Antonio allows 8 chickens. So I told my husband, I was like, after we get settled and we get everything unpacked and I have the chickens established and we make sure that the neighbors don't hate us or anything, can I get 3 more? And he said yes. And then I asked if I could get ducklings instead, and he said no. So I'm gonna get either more chickens or more ducks, and if they're ducks, then I'm just gonna name them chicken number 6, chicken number 7, and chicken number 8, because in this rental house that we're getting, and you guys are gonna see it, of course, because I'm gonna be making like tons of videos now. There's also a pond. So it's like the universe is like, Sarah, this is for you. So, and I was just so upset about having to maybe sell my birds, and I was like, maybe I should post them now and just see if somebody will take them, and that way I know they'll be taken care of. And I thought, no, I can't, like almost like, I don't know, like immaturely being like, no, I just can't, I can't think of it, no. But now I'm so glad that I didn't try to do that, because I need my birds. I love my girls. And the walk-in coop is super cool. And I mean, it's gonna be beautiful. And there are, what the heck, 2 herons just flew out of my live oak. Like, that was weird. They must be lost. There's not a lake around here. So this video is just an update video. There's nothing intelligent in this video except me shaking the camera because I'm so excited. But it's a huge walk-in coop. So just for those of you who care and are going to ask questions, we are going to take this coop with us and this storage bin with us just because we can. Move day is going to be on Friday, so we're hoping we can make another trip back and take the girls. Essentially what I'll do is on move day, they're going to stay in their coop, which they're going to be pissed off, but you know, whatever, they can deal with it. It's all going to be worth it. And then I'll get them directly from there and put them in a dog crate and then put them in a truck and drive them over. It'll be kind of messy, but it'll be all right. It's just for a little bit. Then, like I said, we are going to take this coop and we're going to keep it just on the side of the house. You guys will see everything because I'm going to have to show you once we get moved in. We'll keep it like as a backup or a quarantine or something like that. I may end up selling it on the chicken group if we have been there for a little while and we know we're not going to need it. I am going to continue to use my feeder, which is that 5-gallon Tractor Supply food grade bucket. Remember, if you want to use a plastic bucket for a waterer, it does need to be food grade, and that just ensures that there's not going to be chemicals like absorbing into your chicken water. And then just the stock, you know, the standard hanging chicken feeder, you can see the bottom of it's red. Those are going to be hanging, but they're all the way hanging from the ceiling on this new coop, and they'll be hanging down to prevent mess. There's a whole bunch of little trapdoors and things in that coop. I'm going to have to buy bedding for it. I'm going to have to disinfect it and clean it out because I don't know what's been living in there or what kind of diseases there were. It definitely hasn't been used in a while. But that doesn't mean that there's nothing in there. So I'm going to be researching the best ways to like disinfect somebody else's chicken coop. Ew, gross. But I'm so relieved and I'm so happy. And then I can get more birds. Guys, there is a grow out pen at this house. So there's the regular big walk-in chicken coop that's like freaking gigantic. Like I could build a trapeze. I could like train them to be circus chickens in there. Like it's amazing. They could run laps. It's awesome. But then on the side of the yard, and like I said, I'll show you guys everything. You'll have to look for the new house tour. There is a grow out pen, which is sort of like it's a very short, narrow, it's triangular. So the roof is like this. That's my 3-year-old, ladies and gentlemen. And it has wheels on the bottom, so it's a movable, like either a quarantine coop, you know, or a broody coop. Yes. I told you, Lacey, she always has to sit here. What? What do you want? Yes, you are a brat. But you're still going to be my brat, and that's what matters to me. Nobody else gets my girls. So essentially, I have no chickens to film right now. There's a grow out pen there if I am introducing new birds and I need to quarantine them or whatever. And it's cool because it's a rolling one. So if you're putting them on the grass or whatever and they destroy the grass, you know, then you can just move it to another zone and let them destroy another part of your yard. So we have a new pallet for the girls. Hey, look, my grazing box. I was like, let me see if I can pop this out of the, oh, yes, I can. And there are a whole bunch of raised garden beds in that new yard too. So I've got a design, you know, there's the walk-in coop, but then that was like its own contained space. I don't want my girls to have to live in there. So we're going to design either like a chicken tunnel. They do a long, narrow, like it almost reminds me of like the tunnels you can buy like for your hamster cage. So your hamster isn't just stuck in the cage. You can make it like do all kinds of crazy stuff. So essentially what you do is you would get either hardware cloth or chicken wire or the wire of your choice. And you can build a frame like with plastic piping or whatever. But you just make a tunnel that's basically basically big enough for a couple of chickens to walk through. It's usually better if you can brace it against a, you know, a firmer structure like this or against the side of a building. But then you just go and then the chickens have their coop or whatever that's like, you know, their base, like home base that has their food and water and where they would go run over if they needed to, you know, lay an egg or whatever. But otherwise they have this whole long, and you could plant stuff along it. You know, you could take pots in and out and things like that. And then essentially what you do is you wrap the chicken wire or your metal or whatever, you wrap it around and pin it to the ground with different kinds of hooks. A couple of things to remember on this really quick, because this is on my mind now. I would wrap it over even if you have your chicken's wings clipped, because you never know. And like I said, we are going to clip their wings just to be sure we're all good, because I'm going to have to capture, hey, thanks, Gracie. We're going to have to catch them anyway to move them. So while they're in a cage, I'm just going to grab them, and hopefully my husband can help me do a quick video to show you guys how to clip chickens' wings. Blue's like, oh no. But the other thing is, you know, this is going to be pulled around, and you want it to be steady enough that your chicken can't be like scratching around and the thing goes twang and opens up. But if you have a way, you know, let's say that it's this wire little tunnel thing is connecting to my chicken coop. As long as you have a door that goes down right there where the girls go or where your chickens go at night, that whole run doesn't necessarily have to be predator proof. I mean, I certainly am not worried about it because I'm in a fenced backyard in a neighborhood, so we don't have big predators that would come out during the day like coyotes or hawks that could, you know, I mean, my chickens could beat up, you know, any hawk or any falcon or, you know, eagle or whatever, you know, comes their way. So I'm not worried about predators during the day when they would be out in that little tunnel thing. And as long as I have a door that closes that off at night when I put them to bed, you know, you would be good to go. So I will do a separate video about moving with chickens, just things to think about, disinfecting the coop. I mean, I have a whole bunch of topics that I'm going to do. I do want to do one about cutting chicken nails. I do want to do one about, you know, clipping chickens' wings and things like that. And hopefully our new neighbors are going to like the girls. And that'll be in my moving with chickens tips video is, you know, go bribe your neighbors and tell them to shut up and not report any chickens to anything. Because even if you're allowed to have chickens, you know, if your neighbors get annoyed enough and they start, you know, complaining to the city or whatever, I mean, you don't want that kind of stuff. So like, hi, welcome us to the neighborhood, here's some eggs, please don't say anything. I mean, look at these cute little fluff butts. Like, how could you not want these? You know, and there's like dogs barking at all hours of the night and stupid motorcycles and things like that. But, you know, no, you can't have chickens. It's dumb. So anyway, we just got movers booked. So we are good to go for Friday. And I'm so excited. So again, they'll have their hanging water. They'll have their hanging water and their hanging food. They have multiple roosts and things like that. I can't get back into the new property until Friday, but then I have a whole slew of videos that I'll be doing. So you can't get rid of Real Simple Mama that easily. And man, I'll tell you, like, we were sitting in, it was a crazy story. I'll tell you guys one day about getting this house, winning this house that we got, that has the chicken coop in it and everything. And when we were going to like turn in our application and like actually get the house and say mine, another car was there, excuse me, to do a showing, and like my adrenaline went so crazy. Like I was ready to go like punch a stranger in the face. Like, no, you don't have chickens. I bet you don't have chickens. Get out of here. This is my house. I want this house. So it was just meant to be. So thank you for all the candle lighting and prayers and thinking of us and checking in on us. And I'm sorry, my comment feature is still not working. So all of you wonderful people put, you know, well wishes and sweet things, and I appreciate you so much. And I don't know, like, it doesn't update me, it doesn't tell me anything, so I had absolutely no idea. I apologize. It took me like 5 days to get back to you guys, so I'm not a horrible person. But here's my email down at the bottom. If you ever have any questions or you need help or anything, maybe just email me, because YouTube is done. So, but these are my birds, and they are going to remain my birds. Hooray! But I'm Sarah, the Real Simple Mama. I do have some chicken content on realsimplemama.com. Certainly this summer I'm going to be doing more. I apologize. I know some of you guys were looking for like the Bumblefoot progress article and all of those tips. I do have the videos here, but I haven't done the article yet. Once we get moved and I kind of like remember how to sit down and relax again, then I have a ton more chicken content. It's going to be awesome. I'll have all different kinds of ideas. Like, I'm so excited to help people and to, you know, spread the chicken love, because I love my girls and I'm so glad I don't have to say goodbye. So I never mean to ignore you, and I appreciate you all very much, but we'll be back soon, maybe in our new place.